What a promo tonight from CM Punk, a pipe bomb of sorts on Friday night. Now, genuinely, this is what his first promo needed to be. Probably wasn't that because it got cut for time. But tonight was all about where does CM Punk sign? Long story short, we find out Monday. Monday night on Raw, CM Punk said he will put pen to paper and will sign with a brand. He's even got a phone call coming up with Shawn Michaels to discuss the possibility of NXT. But there was so much more. CM Punk was obviously talking about Roman Reigns, saying, remember who the OG Paul Heyman guy was. I mean, I'm pretty sure it was Brock Lesnar, but okay. He'd mentioned fighting Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, the endless Samoan cousins that they have. He shouted out Jey Uso on Raw. He also talked about Cody Rhodes. He mentioned could he tag with Randy Orton and LA Knight. But he went a little bit too far maybe for some when cheeky CM Punk referenced Kevin Owens, saying that him and KO are a little bit similar maybe, but he couldn't work with a guy like Kevin Owens who goes around punching people in the face backstage. It's 2023, you can't be doing that. Oh, CM Punk knows how to take a shot when he wants to take a shot, doesn't he? The only person he didn't mention by name was Seth Rollins. Now, interestingly, he did mention about throwing 29 superstars over the top rope, obviously hinting Royal Rumble. He finished the promo by saying he's back to finish his story and finish what he started, and that's main event Wrestlemania. Gotta be Punk versus Rollins, doesn't it? All eyes now surely have to be on Monday Night Raw and see where CM Punk signs. My honest opinion, it's gotta be Raw because it's happening on Raw, surely. But it wouldn't stop Nick Aldis at least offering CM Punk a contract tonight. But after Nick Aldis would leave, Cody Rhodes and CM Punk face to face. There's a lot of mutual respect here. They did shake hands, but Cody would say, if you want to main event WrestleMania, you got to win the Royal Rumble. Interesting. Now that's interesting because we know Cody has already declared for the Royal Rumble, and we're all expecting Cody versus Roman, right? So only one can finish that story. There was also a segment with CM Punk meeting Kevin Owens backstage. Now, for some reason, this wasn't actually shown in the UK, but I did find the clip on Twitter. CM Punk went to the Bloodline locker room, didn't knock the door, turned around, and KO was there. I mean, it's very lucky that not one of them punched each other, to be fair. We got CM Punk face-to-face with Randy Orton and LA Knight, as he wished them good luck in their main event match too. Punk gets everywhere, man. This is things you might have missed from WWE Smackdown. Make sure you hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. Now, pictures and video following Charlotte's match with Asuka have come out on social media showing that Charlotte Flair may be hurt following that match tonight. You can see her here being helped backstage by trainers and referees. Hopefully Charlotte Flair's okay. She does look a little bit dazed in these pictures, so hopefully she's okay. Hopefully this isn't anything major. But let's get to some good news. Next week, the meme lives. Roman Reigns returns to SmackDown. You know the old saying, never trust the Viper. Well, Nick Aldis found that out last week when he got hit by an RKO from Randy. Now, Randy Orton and Nick Aldis delivered, I think, a hilarious moment on SmackDown as Randy Orton would give Nick Aldis a check. Obviously, the fine for RKOing him last week. It was originally 50k. Randy paid 100k for next time. Slightly troubled by the fact Randy Orton said he had no idea who LA Knight even was until last week. I mean, have you watched the show at all? What the hell? Well, the two were successful tonight. Randy and LA Knight were able to get along to pick up the victory. With this victory tonight, with Roman appearing next week, gotta think Roman's not gonna be happy. Randy versus Roman at Royal Rumble, maybe? Tonight's SmackDown was the special annual tribute to the troops from WWE, kicking off with a special performance from War and Treaty. We'd go straight into the first match with the US title tournament between Dragon Lee and Santos Escobar. These graphics look brilliant. We found out the NXT Mystery Star will face off against Grayson Waller, so that obviously hints that the person's likely to be a babyface. With the two most theorized being Carmelo Hayes or Tyler Bate. Let me know in the comments below who you want the NXT mystery star to be. Well, Santos would defeat Dragon Lee in what was actually a relatively short match. I'd like to see them get a little bit longer. Dirty Dom was at ringside throughout. Obviously, Dominic Mysterio, the North American champion of NXT. A little bit of mutual respect between him and Santos. Obviously, their hatred for Rey Mysterio probably bringing them together. But it makes sense. Obviously, Dragon Lee and Dirty Dom tomorrow night at NXT Deadline's pay-per-view will collide for the North American Championship. This match being changed on Tuesday due to Wesley's injury. So, obviously, Dragon Lee's going to have issues with Dirty Dom leading up to tomorrow. Lashley versus Karrion Kross would be the second match of the tournament that happened tonight. And it was pretty obvious when they announced Bobby Lashley as a former US Army sergeant, had him do an entire promo before the match about his time in the army on tribute to the troops. What was going to happen here? That's right, Bobby Lashley would win. Again, another short match tonight. Obviously, a lot of stuff happening, that's probably why. But Karrion Kross did get an entrance. I don't think he's a glorified jobber yet. Hopefully, this is a spark that ignites something new from Karrion Kross, because obviously he's been off TV now for a long time, and he's come back just to lose. Cody Rhodes would be on the show tonight. Cody Rhodes would introduce a video package that was basically John Cena throughout the years at tribute to the troops. He would then introduce the US Army drill team that did a special performance. JBL would return to commentary tonight. Obviously, he's the originator of WWE's tribute to the troops, so really cool to include him in this. CBS Sports' Brad Nessler was on commentary during the Lashley and Karrion Kross match. Braun Strowman was doing some media work for WWE in India this week and would do some interviews too. He would talk about the fact that he's still a little bit far away from his WWE return, but when he does return, he's returning not only for himself, but for Bray Wyatt too. So that's something to look forward to, I guess, in the future for Braun Strowman to return. We'd see Damage Control backstage tonight. Obviously, Bayley apologising for last week. Notably, though, in the background, a wild Butch appears. Butch on the phone in the background. Now, obviously, instantly Twitter says Tyler Bate is the person he's calling. This makes a lot of sense. Tyler's name is being brought up a lot about a call-up. That's why people are thinking the US title tournament. I don't think so. I think this is where you place Tyler Bate alongside Butch. And then that frees up the spot for someone else from NXT. Well, tonight, the numbers games was too much for Damage Control as Kairi and Io were neutralised by Bianca, Shotzi, Zelina and Mishin. It would, though, still lead to Asuka defeating Charlotte Flair with the assist by Bayley. Now, Bayley did say she was going to stay in the back. She didn't, but this time it worked. And Asuka didn't look upset about it, so well done, Bayley. So I have to be honest, with the short matches and obviously the tribute to the troops, me not being American, it's kind of very difficult to get into the same way as a lot of you. So for me personally, it's a 6 out of 10 tonight. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Like the video, share the video, and I'll catch you next time. Peace!